This isn't a story about overnight success. It's not about flashy wins or lucky breaks. This is the story of how I stopped losing. These are the rules I carved into my body through training, defeat, and discipline. Rules that turned a reckless kid into a focused fighter. Rules that broke my ego. Rules that saved my future. I didn't get here by guessing. I watched, I waited, I trained, and when the moment came, I moved hard. Most beginners lose because they crave action. They mistake movement for progress. They swing wildly. They rush into battles they're not ready for. I was like that too, throwing punches at shadows, chasing every enemy I saw until life humbled me. So listen carefully. These rules weren't learned in comfort. They were learned in combat. Rule 1. Stop fighting reality. Early in my journey, I thought I was smart. I thought I could predict what my opponent would do. I'd look at a fight and say, "He's tired, he's weak, I've got this." Then I'd charge, and I'd get dropped. I remember one match clearly. My opponent was gaining momentum. His strikes were sharper, his stance stronger. Everyone could see it, but I told myself, he's pushed too far. So I attacked. Wrong move. He didn't slow down. He crushed me. That loss burned itself into my memory. That's when I learned something brutal. The battlefield doesn't care about your confidence. Reality doesn't bend to your opinions. If the fight is moving forward, you move with it. If it turns, you turn. You don't argue with what's happening. You adapt. From that day, I stopped trying to be clever. I stopped asking what should happen. I started reacting to what was happening. That single shift changed everything. Rule 2. Only move with strength. I don't attack weakness anymore. I move with momentum. When energy is building, when pressure is rising, when the opponent starts backing up, that's my moment. Most fighters do the opposite. They wait for enemies to fall. They try to catch someone at their weakest, but weak targets are weak for a reason. They don't move, they don't fight back, they don't go anywhere. I learned to follow power. If my opponent was advancing, I stayed with it. If he retreated, I stepped back. I never tried to be a hero. I rode waves already in motion, because the current is your ally until you decide you're smarter than it. Then it becomes your executioner. Rule 3. Never enter without confirmation. Hope will get you hurt. I don't jump in because I feel ready. I wait until I see the opening. I train my eyes to recognize turning points, moments when movement shifts, when balance breaks, when intent becomes clear. Sometimes I'd stand there for hours, just watching. People thought I was afraid. I wasn't. I was waiting. Then suddenly the opening appears. A foot slips, a guard drops. That's when I strike. Not before, not after. Precision beats speed, always. Rule 4. Build power. Gradually, I never throw everything into the first punch. That's how amateurs get knocked out. I test, I probe. If my strike lands clean, I press forward. If it doesn't, I pull back. I grow stronger inside the fight, not before it. I don't add pressure to losing battles. I add pressure to winning ones. Too many people fall in love with their first move. They bet everything on it. And when it fails, they fall apart. My strength grows only when reality confirms I'm right. That's discipline. Rule 5. Knowing when to walk away is the real skill. Anyone can start a fight. Few know when to end it. I didn't survive because I landed perfect blows. I survived because I knew when to step back. I watched body language, breathing, momentum. When energy faded, I exited. Others stayed, they hoped, they waited for miracles. I protected what I earned. It's not how long you fight, it's what you walk away with. Rule 6. Ignore the noise. People will always talk. Friends, spectators, so-called experts, everyone has advice. I listened once. It cost me badly. I stayed when I should have left. I hesitated when I should have moved. Never again. Now I trust only what I see. Movement, pressure, flow. Reality doesn't lie. Opinions do. Rule 7. Kill emotion. Fear makes you freeze. Greed makes you chase. Ego makes you hold too long. I had to train emotion out of my body. If it's time to move, I move. If it's time to retreat, I retreat. No drama, no hesitation. Discipline turned me from a gambler into a warrior. Rule 8. The real money is made in waiting. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Most victories come from doing nothing. I'd land a clean strike, gain control, then I'd just wait. No rushing, no forcing. I let my opponent exhaust himself. Most people ruin good positions because they can't sit still. Patience builds champions. Rule 9. Losses are teachers. I've been broken. I've lost everything before, not because the system failed, because I abandoned it. That hurt more than any punch, but I studied the mistake. I rebuilt, sharper, calmer. Every loss carries a lesson. Ignore it and you stay weak. Learn it and you evolve. Final rule: success is built, not felt. I don't rely on instinct. I rely on structure. I live by rules. Rules for entering, rules for exiting, rules for pressure, rules for retreat, rules for waiting. These rules protect me from myself. If your strategy can't survive your emotions, it's not strategy, it's gambling. I came back from nothing because I had structure, because I had discipline, because failure didn't break me, it trained me. You don't need luck, you need control, you need patience, you need rules. Follow them or get crushed. If this message reached you, it's not by accident. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. You're stepping into the arena now. Train hard, fight smart, and don't waste your potential.